week on The Bold and the Beautiful means new beginnings and new betrayals. Los Angeles glitters with wedding bells and hidden danger as Hope and Liam prepare to say, "I do." But one guest list decision could ignite the biggest showdown of the year. While Beth Spencer fights to protect her family's happiness, Carter refuses to be left out of her husband's world. Across town, Dickie Sharp faces his own reckoning when Remy's dark past resurfaces in shocking detail. This is the week where every promise, every secret, and every tear comes with a price. Because in this city, love may be beautiful, but it's never safe. The week begins under bright lights and high hopes at Forrester Creations, a place where beauty and rivalry always walk hand in hand. The runway gleams like a mirror, reflecting the confidence of a company built on legacy. Models stride past in dazzling new hope for the future designs, while cameras flash and applause fills the air. Steffi Forrester Finnegan stands beside Hope Logan, arms crossed, lips curling into a subtle, knowing smile. "Congratulations, Hope, on everything," she says, her tone dripping with charm. For a moment, Hope beams. She wants to believe Steffi means it. But that glimmer in Steffi's eyes says otherwise. It's not just about fashion. It's about life. About Liam. About the engagement that has reignited old wounds neither woman fully healed. Hope thanks her softly, but her voice wavers, because deep down, she knows every compliment from Steffi hides a challenge. A test. The cameras flash again. Champagne glasses clink. To everyone else, it's a picture-perfect moment between two strong women finally at peace. But the peace feels fragile, a mirror that could shatter with one misplaced word. As the crowd cheers, Hope's smile fades slightly. She glances toward the door, as if sensing something coming. And somewhere far beyond those showroom walls, something is coming. A danger she can't yet name, already making its move toward everything she loves. Meanwhile, across town, the lights are dimmer, but the atmosphere is far more volatile. Inside a small apartment filled with half-empty wine glasses and the smell of fading roses, Sheila Carter sits with Deacon Sharp, eyes gleaming with delusional pride. She's talking faster than usual, her excitement bubbling over as Deacon mentions Hope and Liam's upcoming wedding. "To think," Sheila says dreamily, "my husband and I, at our daughter's big day. Finally part of the family, like we always should have been." Her voice trembles with emotion, but beneath it lies something darker, entitlement disguised as innocence. To Sheila, this isn't about love or family. It's about acceptance, power, recognition. Deacon takes a long breath, choosing his words carefully. "Sheila, it's their day. Maybe it's better if we just..." She cuts him off with a wave of her hand. "No, Deacon. This is our moment too. You're Hope's father. I'm your wife. We belong there." Her confidence is chilling. As if the past never happened, as if her crimes, her obsessions, her threats were all just misunderstandings. Deacon forces a smile, but his stomach tightens. Because deep down, he knows the truth. No one at that wedding will ever forgive her. Across town, a different kind of tension brews, one far more innocent, yet far more honest. Beth Spencer, small but sharp-eyed, sits on the living room floor as her parents discuss the ceremony. Her crayons scatter across the table as she overhears talk of the guest list. "Mommy," she says softly, "I don't want them there." Hope and Liam share a quick, confused look. "Who, sweetheart?" Beth hesitates, fidgeting with her bracelet. Then she whispers the name, one that turns the air cold. "Sheila." The silence that follows says everything. Beth may be young, but she's not naive. She's seen the fear in her family's eyes whenever Sheila's name is mentioned. She's heard the hushed stories, of danger, of darkness, of people pretending monsters can change. And while adults convince themselves it's all in the past, Beth knows better. Hope kneels down beside her daughter, forcing a smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Sheila's complicated, honey. She's trying to be better. But Beth shakes her head, curls bouncing as her little voice trembles. She scares me. Those 3 words stab deeper than any argument. Liam looks away, jaw tightening. He's seen that fear before, in his own reflection, in every memory of Sheila's manipulation and violence. He puts a protective hand on Beth's shoulder. You don't have to be near her, sweetheart. Not ever. But that's when the unspoken truth hits them all. Banning Sheila means banning Deacon too. Hope's heart twists painfully. Her father. The man who's finally tried to do right. How can she ask him to come alone when Sheila clings to him like a shadow he can't escape? Tears sting her eyes as she glances at Liam. If we say no to Sheila, are we saying no to him too? Liam exhales, choosing his words carefully. Sometimes doing the right thing hurts, Hope. But we can't risk our daughter's safety, not for anyone. The room feels heavier. Hope nods slowly, but her voice is barely a whisper. Then we have to make a choice. And it's a choice no bride should ever have to make, between her father's love and her child's safety. Steffi's earlier words echo in her mind, haunting her. Every choice you make has a cost. Hope glances at the wedding invitation lying on the table, her fingers tracing the gold lettering. The day is supposed to be a celebration, but for her, it's already becoming a countdown. Because somewhere in Los Angeles, Sheila Carter is smiling, blissfully unaware that her name is about to be erased from the guest list. And when Sheila's name disappears, her rage will take its place. While wedding plans sparkle across town, another kind of confrontation unfolds inside the Forrester showroom, one stripped of romance and full of ruin. The air is thick with silence as Electra Forrester recounts every horrifying detail of her past, the deepfake photos, the sleepless nights, the constant fear of being watched. Each word lands like a stone, heavy and impossible to ignore. Remy Price sits only a few feet away, hands trembling, eyes rimmed with tears. I was sick, he says, voice cracking. That person, that monster doesn't exist anymore. Electra's eyes flash with fury. He existed long enough to destroy my life, she fires back. Her tone isn't just angry, it's haunted. Ivy Forrester crosses her arms, standing behind Electra like a silent guardian. Will Spencer's voice joins the mix, cold, controlled, but full of disgust. You don't get to call it sickness when it's cruelty, he says. And in the middle of it all, Dickie Sharp stands frozen, trying to reconcile the man he knows with the one he's just seen exposed. Every revelation cuts deeper, not just into his heart, but into his identity. The man he loved, the man he defended, the man who made him believe in second chances, is the reason someone else still wakes up screaming. When the confrontation ends, the crowd drifts away, leaving Dickie and Remy alone amid the echo of whispered gossip. He drags Remy into the design office and shuts the door. The click of the lock feels like a verdict. You lied to me, Dickie says quietly. To them. To yourself. Remy collapses into tears again, his words spilling out between sobs. I'm not him anymore, Dickie. I've changed. I swear I've changed. But Dickie has heard those words before, from addicts, from cheaters, from dreamers trying to rewrite their pasts. And for the first time, he can't tell if he's hearing repentance, or a new performance. He stares at the man he thought he knew and sees a stranger staring back. Finally, Dickie speaks, barely above a whisper. I don't know if I can love someone I can't believe. When Remy leaves, the door closes softly, but the silence that follows is louder than any scream. The smell of fabric dye and perfume lingers in the air, tainted now by betrayal. And Dickie realizes that love, like fashion, can be beautiful, until you see the seams tearing underneath. Night drapes over Los Angeles, washing the city in gold and shadow. Behind one set of glowing windows, Sheila Carter hums softly to herself, a love song no one wants to hear. She lays out 2 wine glasses on the table, straightening them with almost ceremonial precision. The red liquid glistens like temptation itself. In her mind, the wedding she hasn't been invited to is already hers, a grand reunion, a moment of redemption, the world finally forgiving her. Deacon Sharp watches from the doorway, unease shadowing his face. He's seen this look before, in addicts chasing their high, in dreamers refusing to wake up. Sheila, he says carefully, maybe we should just send our best wishes instead of showing up. She smiles, sweet and dangerous. Your hope's father. I'm your wife. Of course we'll be there. Her words leave no room for discussion. Deacon forces a nod, but inside, his thoughts spiral toward someone else, Taylor Hayes. Her calm voice, her gentle eyes, the way she made him believe he could be good again. One thought of her feels like light, one look from Sheila feels like a cage. He raises his glass but doesn't drink. Because he knows, one wrong word, one stray glance, and this fragile piece could turn into a battlefield. Meanwhile, across town, Dickie sits alone in his studio. The sketches before him, dresses, lines, color, now look like confessions written in ink. He wanted to design beauty. Instead, he designed his own heartbreak. Remy's voice still echoes in his head, I've changed. I swear. But the only thing Dickie can feel is the ache of trust that will never return. He looks toward the city lights and realizes the cruelest truth of all. In Los Angeles, everything sparkles, until you look close enough to see the shadows. So what happens next, bold fans? Will Hope risk alienating her father to protect her daughter's peace? Will Sheila crash the wedding she's been banned from, and drag Deacon down with her? And can Dickie forgive a man whose past might destroy his future? This week, emotions run wild, loyalties fracture, and love turns into a weapon sharper than any blade. Because in Los Angeles, happiness is never free, and on The Bold and the Beautiful, every vow has a cost. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your theories below. The wedding may promise forever, but forever, in this town, always comes with a twist.